All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakha Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostle and elders, great millstone, who teach very well. While I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. And on today, man, just basically getting on us being in the midst of a wicked generation, man. Because you have to realize we playing the game on hard, bro. You know, we're trying to be righteous in the midst of a wicked society. You know, for the lack of better words, everything that surrounds us really tries to defile you, man. Whether it be defile your mindset, even defile you physically, man. you know, whether it be you sitting by a woman that's on her rag, or whether you sitting by somebody that's a mo, you know, you right behind him. Either way, wickedness surround us, but we have to continue to be righteous. Just the whole point of the video. Let's start off right here in the book of Sirach 13 and verse 1. It says, "He that touches pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him." And that's beautiful. Because Yahweh Shah is basically warning us that America is pitch, man. It will defile you. So if you be hand joining hand with this place, it's going to be hard to get it off, man. You know? That's the type of defiled grease or defiled nature that America put on you. And it says, "And he that have fellowship with a proud man," and having fellowship with the proud man is basically you having fellowship with Esau, or being in the same mindset of Esau, man. Because you can be a super black woke Israelite, but you can still be a damn two-third, man. Because your so-called beliefs, what you think that is so-called right, is not against the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. There's one way that a lot of people are defiled, man. Even these Christian churches, that's a part of the undefiled. It was like the Christian churches is a part of the defiled thing that we shall not touch, man. Because even though they have the book, and they might put out Psalms 23, their mind is defiled. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Titus. Because Yahweh Shai have set up certain people just not to get it. That's why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. You know, I think it's two. Yep. This is the book of Titus 2. And I'm gonna start at verse. Let's start at verse 7. It says, "In all good things, they thyself a parent of good works and doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gratuity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned." And again, our sound speech, even though brothers is not as for lack of better words, using $1,000,000 words, as long as that sound speech can be understood. It says, "In doctrine showing uncorruptibleness," basically our doctrine is not changing. It says that he that is in of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. And that's why we're most hated, man. Because we have this pure doctrine while everybody else's doctrine is defiled, man. Even the so-called quote-unquote Christians. Because we are the true Mashiachim, man. You know, let's go ahead and continue on, though. It says, "Exhort servants to be obedient unto their own masters," and this time about your leaders, your teachers, if they teaching the right thing. It says, "And to please them in all well things, not answering again, not purloining, not showing, but it's like not purloining, but showing all good fidelity, good faith, that they may adorn the doctrine of the Messiah, our Savior, in all things. For the grace of the Messiah that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men." So everybody have seen this pure doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shah. Everybody have seen an understanding of the Lord. You know? But it's up to you whether you're going to cleave unto it or not. You know? It says, "Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust," and it's the spirit too, because hey, the Lord compares us as those chaste virgins. And one thing about a virgin, you have to keep a keen eye on her, because it's going to be a time when a lot of people are going to try to get to her. You know, she said her age is at the prime of life. You know, perfect time to put a baby in the womb. Hey, for the lack of better words, you're gonna have to keep a keen eye on her because there's gonna be a lot of men that's gonna defile her, man, or try to defile her. And if niggas is wicked, nigga try to do all that at one time. Five niggas, because why? She don't have no guide. She don't have no understanding, into what her father and her mother teach her how to be a woman, for the lack of better words. And it's the same thing with us. That's why Yahweh Shemai Shai told Apostle Paul, the Lord put the Spirit on Apostle Paul to say he's going to present us as chaste virgins in that day. And again, to us to continue to be that chaste virgin, we have to refrain ourselves from certain things, and also we have to refrain our mind from certain things. You know, you sitting there watching Disney Channel all day. You sitting there watching bullshit all day. Your mind is gonna push forth the action to it. And when it says wherever the mind goes, the body follows, man. Let's go ahead and continue on though. It says, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. And us in this present world, we're at the height of wickedness, man. In this present world, it's at the height of wickedness. Even you can have an attractive woman. And this happened to brothers plenty of times. I know this happened to myself. You could be an attractive woman. She actually come down and hop on you. She spin gaming you. But as soon as you ask that $1 million question, and if you got a man, she say, I got a situationship. Or she say, well, he ain't doing the right things right now. Hey, as a man of the Lord, you have to deny that. Even though your flesh and your lust might want to get into it, but the spirit is refraining from these different evil things. And that's why we're the bad guys here in this society, man. Let's go ahead and get another one real quick. Because again, in this present world, we have to continue to be righteous. That's why we are better than a lot of these niggas. We are better than RuPaul, man. We are better than TD Jakes, man. Even though we don't have the riches that these niggas do, our righteousness totally outweighs the carnal shit that you niggas have, man. So let's get this real quick in the book of Isaiah. Because again, once you try to be righteous in this present world, it's a sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the sense of a stigma that come upon you, man. And that stigma is not the stigma of this guy is cool. No, that stigma is like, yeah, we got to get him out of here. When he come around, there's too many restrictions. Not knowing that the restrictions that we're pushing forth is able to save your soul. This is the book of Isaiah 54, and I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, Slakia. Please continue. Let me get this real quick. That ain't it. Please bear my eye. Yep. This is the book of Isaiah 59 and verse 15. It says, yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And that's it, man. So again, we being righteous in the midst of this wicked generation, we're going to have a target on our back, man. We're going to be the bad guys, and that's why we understand why these persecutions have to come, man. Because they persecuted the prophets and our Lord that was before us. So how much more us here in this day right now, man? So we on the right track spiritually. Let's read this again. Yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased them that there was no judgment. Because soon the Lord is finna get ready to bring judgment upon 2/3 of the people in the world. And again, a lot of these guys are unaware of the true powers of heavens and earth, man. You think the powers in heavens and earth want you to shuck and jive in the church? They want you to, for lack of better words, as long as you pay your tithes and don't say nothing about the choir director being a little more, then you're going to be saved. That ain't the right message to push forth. And that's why this pure doctrine is demonized, because all these other doctrines are fucking defiled, man. It even says that in the book of, I think it's 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Matter of fact, let's see if we can find it real quick. But it just said as a, let me see, brothers know I'm going to. Because we're that pure virgin that these other wicked women Hey, right here, this is the book of Second Ezra 16 and 49. It says, like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness have iniquity when she deck herself and shall accuse her to her face. And we decking ourselves with this truth and knowledge, and we accuse you to your face, man. Like it says in the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, let this word go into the gates of the nobles. It says, when he cometh, that shall defend him, which is Yahweh Shai, that diligently search out every sin upon earth. And yeah, not saying that brothers don't sin, not saying that brothers don't go off, but brothers try their best to be righteous, man. You know? Even, yeah, and we know it's just the just man follows 7 times, but we ain't gonna commit wickedness 7 times on purpose, man. You know? But just going back to continuing on, it says, and therefore ye not like thereunto, nor the works thereof, for yet a little iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among you. And that's what's going to have to happen. The iniquity that's going to have to be taken out of the earth is Esau and everybody that's in the same mindset of him. And that righteousness that's going to basically take root and be established and spread throughout the 4 corners throughout the planet Earth, that's going to be exalted. You know? And that's why the whore is envying the virtuous and virgin righteous women. You know? Because the whore got tempted. The whore was went standing stiffly on her virginity. While the elect is, let's go ahead and get that real quick too, because again we can end off on that. Us basically being in this society and standing on our principles and standing on the things that we truly believe in, hey, that's gonna be commendable. Because while a lot of niggas fall short over a fat ass, you know what I'm saying? We're going to continue to endure past that. Because the ultimate temptation is going to be when they see him get out of here, man. Get pushed out on the whole 4 corners of the world. So let's get this real quick. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 2 and verse 47. It says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And the part of you standing stiffly for the name of the Lord is you standing stiffly for your virginity, man. You know, so yeah, I pray this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. I want to give that honor to my apostle, Elder Millstone, and Shalom.